What does a progressive do in a majority conservative rural district of Indiana running against an incumbent Republican? Keep the word progressive out of it and focus on the things that rural Hoosiers are desperate for: a strong economy, a healthy environment, and a fair shot for the working class. Today, I want to highlight Victoria Martz, a mom and criminal defense attorney running in District 55 of Indiana because she is tired of rural Hoosiers being left behind by mainstream political parties. On the campaign trail, Victoria doesn't talk about the Democratic Party, which is probably for the best because, as I'll explain, they haven't been particularly helpful. Instead, she talks about raising the minimum wage to $20 an hour, which, by the way, is still $7.25, and keeping data centers out of Indiana. She knows that her future constituents are way more interested in property tax relief than red versus blue. Victoria is running to support local farmers because she comes from one, secure funding for public schools, and protect publicly owned land and nature, specifically keeping Big Oaks Nature Reserve publicly available. She has come out strong on a data center moratorium and supports universal childcare. She will also fight to legalize cannabis in Indiana to generate extra revenue streams for the state and provide people with a healthier alternative for pain management. What's crazy about this race is that the challenges Victoria is facing is not just the Republican incumbent, who, mind you, has not had a Democratic challenger in nearly a decade, but it's the state Democratic Party who has left this district behind. The state straight up told Victoria that District 55 was not a priority and was the least winnable district in the state. It seems like the state Democratic Party is completely fine letting District 55 fall by the wayside, but Victoria isn't accepting that. She's tired of red versus blue without any real change just as much as her constituents. Victoria Martz is running in District 55 to give rural Hoosiers options and to inspire other people in least winnable districts to try and run too. She was tired of voting in primaries where there quite literally was not a Democratic option on the ballot. Also, the coolest thing about Victoria is that she is accepting zero PAC dollars. She's putting her money where her mouth is, literally, and representing the people of Indiana and not corporate interests. And she wants to introduce legislation that would prevent big corporations from spending on elections and ballot initiatives. But what all this means is that Victoria needs your help. Check out her website, Vote Victoria Martz, and if you can, chip in a few dollars. And if you can't, volunteering is just as important, especially in local races. If you live in District 55 or Indiana in general, it's time to start supporting Victoria Martz, who's running to give rural Hoosiers a chance to choose who represents them, not just accepting the same bland flavor of status quo. Full disclosure, I was paid to make this video, but if you know me, you know all I do is highlight progressives and try and encourage people to vote in local elections. So like, money shmoney, it's cool that I got paid, but if I lived in Indiana, I would absolutely be door knocking for Victoria. I would be talking about her to my friends, and I sure as hell would be voting for her. So definitely look her up and give her some time and money.